I'm coming for you. Hi, Metamates. How you doing? I'm so sorry you have to hear my voice right now. I apologize in advance. My name is Gabi Lutz, and good morning, USA. I got a feeling that I can't do it. I literally can't do it. I wanted to do it. I wanted to start like that, and I can't start like that because I literally have no voice, and I'm so sorry. I hope it comes back at some point. But anyways, this is the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. I am your host, Gabi Lutz, for the day. Hopefully, I won't be the one doing all the talking. From left to right, I have Emo McCormack, hi, my co-host for today, Lara Ziccardi, who's also our producer.
Hello.
Hi. We also have Ex Atatula.
Hey, people.
I thought he said gay people.
Well, happy coming out day.
That was yesterday.
No, it's today.
What? No, it was yesterday.
No, it's today.
No, today.
Why was people sending in the chat yesterday? Happy coming out day.
Well,
Anyway,
they're just ahead of the curve.
And then we have, it's okay. Then we have our very own love doctor, Ian Love.
Hi.
Whoa. Hi, Ian. We've missed you. Anyway, why didn't nobody laugh at my joke?
That was very cute.
Thanks, but why didn't nobody laugh at it?
A little laugh too. You like, hee hee.
I wanted to see how Ian would respond to it first.
I agree.
Very love
Like,
doctor.
like, have you heard this before?
Oh, many times.
I think that should be your DJ name.
But
I think it should be.
are you okay with it?
DJ Love
Yeah.
Doctor.
That's all that matters.
Heck yeah.
So now, haha. Sorry,
We
Gabby.
should have been okay with it anyways. That's his name.
Before we
What?
start, we have a beautiful view here at the School of Calm. This
Oh, we get
morning.
to see the sunrise this morning.
We're currently watching
Ooh.
the sunrise, which is absolutely beautiful. Are you
It's
kidding?
Gorgeous. Every moment of it.
Oh,
Gorgeous.
Lion King.
Anyways, we have to actually start the show. I know you want to keep singing The Lion King, but we have
Don't
to
look at
start
me
the
like that.
show.
Gabby's looking at me.
Hey, Love Doctor.
Yeah.
Do you want to give us a news update?
I would love to.
I wonder how many like octaves lower I can hit with my voice today. Anyways, do it.
Hi, my name is Ian Love, and you're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. In national news, gas prices are on the rise again after seeing a steady decline in the recent months. Now, after the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, cut oil production in the last week, prices have started to increase across the nation, hitting a $3.92 average on Monday. This is still beneath the peak of just over $5 in June this year, but if prices keep increasing, we could see a new high sooner than expected. In statewide news, an 18-wheeler loaded with supplies for Puerto Rico is on its journey thanks to a New Jersey fundraiser. This truck sat outside two different restaurants in Clifton and Linden, New Jersey, and diners at the restaurants were encouraged to fill the truck with whatever they could. The resources were collected and are being dispersed to help aid those whose lives were impacted by Hurricane Ian. In local news, there was still a state of emergency in place in Montclair on Monday morning due to the water break that occurred last week. The state of emergency continues to ask that the residents keep non-essential water use to an absolute minimum or avoid it at all costs, including watering lawns, plants, vehicles, and more. This marks the 5th day since the start of the emergency is declared, and there is yet to be found a definite cause for the breakage as of Monday. The current weather is clear with a high of 71 and a low of 43, with a humidity level of 85% and good air quality with a level of 39. My name is Ian Love, and this has been your 7 a.m. news report.
Wow. The Love Doctor did it again, guys. How do you feel knowing that people's lives were impacted by you?
It's a great feeling.
It's a great
Mhm.
feeling. I was talking about Hurricane.
We're canceled.
Never
Or
mind,
not.
it's no longer a great feeling.
Apology video right now.
Okay, I'm so sorry for what I said. It was not nice. I feel for all of those whose lives are impacted, and just know I'm here to support you,
Even though you impacted their lives.
even though I impacted their
Please buy my merchandise.
We do not have
No,
merchandise.
no merchandise,
It's not
actually.
what I actually promised. Okay. Next we have
Sports
I couldn't even
time.
say sports right with X. Hi, X.
Hi, Gabi. I hope you feel better sometime soon, my
I
friend.
don't know if that'll ever happen. I've been
Well-
sick for forever now.
Hopefully it will. But in sports news today, we have obviously Tuesday, so we got to go over Monday Night Football. Monday Night Football was a real show last night with the Las Vegas Raiders facing off against their AFC rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. Arrowhead Stadium was rocking for their boys and definitely played the part in the team's narrow victory this week. It was a tale of two halves. The first half of the game was all Raiders, all in their favor. Quarterback Derek Carr and college teammate wide receiver Davante Adams had a huge 58-yard bomb on 4th and 1 to lead the team's first TD, and their defense played lights out throughout all of the first half. Going into half, the Raiders held a 20-10 lead, but in the second half, the tables turned. Kansas City's quarterback Patrick Mahomes and tight end Travis Kelce took over the second half, scoring 4 straight touchdowns, leading to 30 points for the team. The team ended up having a 30-29 point lead going into the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter. The Derek Carr and the Raiders had an opportunity going in with minutes left in the game, and on 4th down, there was a pass deep to Davante Adams again. Unfortunately, though, Davante Adams was taken out. He thought there should have been a flag, but when the replay was shown, it was his own teammate that collided with him, causing the play to be broken up and the pass to be missed. Kansas City ended up taking the narrow victory out 30-29, leaving the Raiders to a 1-4 start. Very rough for Las Vegas, unfortunately. We hope to see that, they get it together. All their games have been very close ones and obviously could have probably been 5-0, but with little plays here and there and mishaps with penalties, it just hasn't worked out for them. In NBA news, we had preseason action going off with our local Philadelphia 76ers, not completely local, but Gabi will not let me live if I don't talk about any Philly teams.
Exactly.
So the Philadelphia 76ers played, beating the Cleveland Cavaliers 113-97. And in the other preseason game, the Washington Wizards played against the Charlotte Hornets, winning 116-107. To add insult to injury, literally, star point guard LaMelo Ball exited the game early with an apparent ankle sprain and will probably miss the rest of the preseason. Hopefully he gets well. He's a superstar in the NBA, and without him on the court, it isn't the same type of superstardom. In baseball news, the Giants have hired former Astros executive Pete Putla as their new GM. And in other baseball news, once again, here we go for the Philly gal. The
Yay.
Philadelphia Phillies have taken the interim tag off of manager Rob Thompson and gave him a 2-year contract extension. After taking the team to the divisional round, which they are currently still playing in, it is a well-deserved reward for his hard work, and hopefully we could see him do well for the next 2 years under the contract. So even though I'm a Mets fan and we lost in the wild card to the Padres, shout out to the Phillies, and hopefully they keep their run going.
Thanks.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate it.
Back to you guys.
Wow. Thanks, dude. It was lit.
Sports.
Sports. Okay. So we have our first news story, and I have to read this. So we're going to see if I can get through this.
I'm manifesting for you.
Yes, manifest for me, everybody. Thanks. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh, girl.
You can accept my cough with love. Thanks. So we got to go back to talking to you about Ukraine, because things are still happening in Ukraine with Russia, and it's a lot. So on Russia, wow. Okay. Russia unleashes biggest attacks in Ukraine in months. Okay. Russia struck Ukraine with dozens of missiles that killed at least 14 people. So 14 Ukrainian regions on air, sea, and land came under attack. And as of this morning, the U.S. said the brutal attacks had hit non-military targets, including a university and a kids' playground, and promised further military aid. According to the BBC, Ukraine says 83 missiles were launched, of which more than 43 were shot down. Electrical stations and waterworks were primary targets, leaving several cities without power and water. Ukraine's emergency service said nearly 100 people were wounded in the morning rush hour attacks that Russia launched. Many of the attacks occurred far from the war's front lines, and Moscow's war in Ukraine is approaching its 8-month mark. And the Kremlin has been reeling from humiliating battlefield setbacks in areas of eastern Ukraine it is trying to annex. Yesterday, Joe Biden and the top U.S. officials denounced Russia's latest aerial assault across Ukraine, with the president saying in a statement that the attacks, quote, only further reinforce our commitment, end quote, to supplying billions in aid and weapons to Ukrainian forces. Biden, Secretary of State Antony Blinken, and leading military officials all spoke out of the wake of the strikes that Russian President Vladimir Putin called retaliation for a weekend explosion that damaged a key bridge linking Russia and Crimea, that disputed peninsula Putin annexed from Ukraine in 2014. So basically, Putin is not giving up.
No.
And Ukraine is still very much under attack. And it's like, when are you going to stop? You know?
Yeah.
It's at this point, it's crazy and it's ridiculous. And I mean, it was crazy and ridiculous from the beginning, but you know, it's the fact that it's 8 months later and it's still
It's
going.
getting worse.
And it's getting worse, you know. I mean, Biden said it right there in his statement. Like, it only reinforces our commitment to giving them money, because, you know, the Ukraine obviously needs help. So, I mean, why not give them all the help that they can get?
Okay, I'm gonna say this.
You say it.
Does Putin really have nothing else better to do?
No,
I'm sorry, he doesn't.
Apparently to him, because he's power hungry.
These
So when
poor
you're power
innocent,
hungry,
these poor innocent people, man. Are you kidding me?
He's a narcissist. So yeah, I said
Yeah,
it.
no,
He's a
you're right.
narcissist. So when you're a narcissist, it doesn't matter. It's only what you want. You want the power, and if it's getting you the power, that's all that matters.
It's really selfish of him, TBH.
Well, that's the whole point of him being an awful world leader.
As you know, as always, our thoughts and our prayers
Yes, of
are always with
course.
Ukraine and the people
Yes.
who've been impacted by Putin's awful acts.
Your friends in the US are here for you guys, and we respect you, and we want to give you all the help that we can.
Yeah, sending love as always.
Sending love to our friends in Ukraine.
We're gonna move on to some water crisis in Montclair.
Yummy.
Fun. So, you know, over the weekend, some of us got alerts that, oh no, Montclair doesn't have enough water, fun and fresh. But the water crisis, wow,
English is hard, right?
Yeah. The water crisis that put many Essex County towns seems to have been fixed. But the process of testing the water for contaminants will likely delay a return to normal until today at the earliest. Yesterday afternoon, technicians were chlorinating the water and beginning to my eyes skipped a sentence. They're beginning to draw samples to test for E. coli and other bacteria.
E. coli?
What do you mean
E. coli?
E. coli. Oh,
sorry, I just heard you say, and I was like, girl.
E. coli. They're E. coli and other bacteria, while workers were doing the routine work of prohibiting for any other possible leaks. Meanwhile, Montclair is coping with reduced water pressure and will continue to prohibit non-essential use of water. Among a number of restrictions, the lowering of among a number of restrictions, the watering of lawns, trees, shrubbery, and landscaped areas, the running of partial loads in dishwashers and washing machines, and the serving of water in restaurants, unless requested, are banned.
Now, let it be known that us in the Montclair State University community are not really affected by this. If you are a resident, I mean, I don't know about commuters. If you live in Montclair, then that's your problem. But
Wow.
Everybody on the university, like, we are not affected. The school sent out a message about that.
Time to check my email.
I don't know if it was a text or an email, but I definitely read it. Like, I promise.
Yeah, I got an email. I was a little frustrated about not getting notified a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
But I guess there was no immediate need to tell any of us because we were not affected on campus.
Yeah.
But I remember waking up not knowing, like, should I be washing my face? Should I be brushing my teeth? So I did. But
okay. So the email says, quote, the alert does not affect Montclair State University. There is no water emergency on campus.
I wonder Sorry. I wonder why that is. You know, like, do we have our own separate
Mhm.
water
I was gonna say, I
system?
think we do
I
have our own
think-
water.
Wow,
also-
Montclair State water.
I
We're
also
so privileged. Wow.
I figure the majority of campus is also technically like it said which two towns. It said Montclair
Nutley.
and Nutley, but we're technically in Little Falls for the most part. So I figured maybe we would be safe from that, but I assume we have our own thing going on as
Mm.
far as water goes because we use so much more than like
That's
any
true.
surrounding town just because it's so densely populated with us.
Wow. What
The
do they put in the
students.
water here at MSU?
Stop.
Don't laugh at me.
I don't
I
have a
would
good
laughing.
answer.
I'm so sorry about
They-
my voice.
No, I
feel
wasn't
like it's-
laughing at you. I was laughing at what they put in the water here.
Oh yeah, what do they? Put
I
in
feel
the
like
water?
I feel like, stop. I was gonna say that. I was
Lara
gonna say that.
released the E-coil, and I was like, "What is E-coil?"
Coil.
E. coli.
You're done.
No, you're done.
I know.
You know what else is done? This
That
segment.
story.
We have to move on, and we have to take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz. So stay tuned. We'll be back in a few short minutes. And we are back here on the Morning Buzz. I unmuted Zoom and Facebook at the same time. That's the only time I think I've ever done that. Thank you. I know you should be so proud of me.
I'm very
today.
proud of you.
Hi, welcome back to Morning Buzz. It's me, Gabi.
Hi,
If you couldn't
Gabi.
tell by my very distinct voice today. I hate this. Like I can't listen to myself talk. It's really paining my ears. So I can only believe how much
I
you
think
all
it
hate
got worse from yesterday.
Yeah, I know.
Sorry.
I'm very much aware. I need to see a doctor. I'm very much aware. They need to tell me what's wrong with my throat because I'm over it.
Oh.
Anyways, don't worry, guys. It's not contagious. It's just my throat. So we have to talk about U.S. hospitals because it's important and we're getting closer to winter. And the winter is known for viruses. And I think this is a perfect story for me because I sound like I've got like 12 viruses going on right now.
But you don't, right?
No, I don't. I just have throat problems. But we can act like it for this story and this story only. Ready?
Yeah. You're done.
U.S. hospitals brace for an unprecedented winter of viruses. As everybody knows, everybody on campus is already getting sick and it's fall. So it'll probably only get worse from here. So hospitals nationwide are preparing for a third winter with COVID. The first one that's also expected to include high levels of influenza and other respiratory illnesses that have simmered quietly in the background for the past 2 years. According to the CDC, flu cases are already rising in parts of the US. And I very much believe that because everybody is sick. Pediatricians, too, are seeing a growing number of children sick with respiratory I don't even know what that is, respiratory viruses, or RSV, and enteroviruses. And despite a downward trend in COVID, tens of thousands of new cases are still being diagnosed every single day. The convergence of viruses is hitting healthcare systems as they're forced to reckon with staffing shortages that worsened during the pandemic. Not only that, healthcare workers are quitting at rates 23% higher than when the pandemic began, mirroring a larger nationwide trend of workers leaving their jobs. So we all know that the healthcare system's been kind of rough recently, and that hospitals were getting overfilled and all that stuff. And we started to not really hear about it much after a while because it started to kind of slow down a bit. But now with this, winter coming and viruses being at peak as they are every winter, plus COVID still existing, these hospitals are really going to be filled. So, they really have to prepare for that, and that's awful, especially when they have staffing shortages. So I mean, we can only expect nurses and all, and like doctors and all, to be on some very long shifts, which they're already on pretty long shifts, like 18-hour shifts, if not longer. So I mean, you can only expect that it's going to be worse for them, which is awful. So
yeah, and I feel like a really important part is also getting vaccinated for X, Y, and Z. Shout out to the flu shot I got back in August.
I won't get a flu shot because every time I get one, I get sicker than when I don't. So
fair enough. But you know what?
I'm not an anti-vaxxer though, I promise.
I don't know. I've always gotten a flu shot. So I mean, if it's gonna keep me safe, why not? But
that makes sense.
I feel like the COVID vaccines are also very much
important. They're so important.
I feel like they're not to compare and contrast, but I feel like they're even more important.
No, you can compare and contrast. They are even more important because that's why the hospitals are understaffed.
Yeah,
currently. So it only makes sense.
Yeah,
for it to be that way.
Yeah,
I don't know. I mean, I feel awful for these employees.
I know it's like, it really just is not a good situation to be in.
No, but at least they know how to deal with like the flu, because the flu's been around for so long that it's like, okay, you go through the motions, you kind of get it. And I mean, with COVID at this point, it's been what, 2-3 years now? Almost 3 years.
Our third winter, technically. I think.
Our third winter with it. So like, we're kind of getting used to it. And I mean, I'm sure it's not easy, but at least it's like you kind of know what to expect. You're kind of just going through the motions at this point. But I mean, all you can do is, thoughts and prayers to them. Thoughts and prayers to everybody this morning, apparently, because
everyone needs them.
Everyone's going through it, honestly.
Everyone really is, and so are U.S. airports. So pro-Russian hackers claim responsibility for knocking U.S. airport websites offline. A pro-Russian hacker group is taking credit for temporarily taking down several U.S. airport websites, though there appear to be no impact on flight operations. The attacks claimed by Killnet are impacted. The impacted websites for Los Angeles International, Chicago O'Hare, and Hartsfield-Jackson International in Atlanta, among others. The group posted a list of airports on Telegram, urging hackers to participate in what's known as a DDoS attack, a disturbed denial of service caused when a computer network is flooded by simultaneous data transmissions. It was not immediately clear how many of the airports were actually hit and whether all victim sites suffered any disruptions. In a statement, LAX officials told NPR that FlyLAX.com was partially disrupted early yesterday morning. The attacks come on the heels of another spate of cyber attacks allegedly launched by the group last week. In that instance, the group has taken credit for rallying hackers down the state government sites. Both campaigns appear to have been prompted by anti-U.S. sentiment for the country's involvement in the ongoing war in Ukraine, as Russian President Vladimir Putin presses on with the invasion despite several economic problems. Honestly, I find this really interesting because I don't know if Newark Airport was impacted by this. It seems to be that they were in the clear.
Yeah, I mean, considering the names of them all, like it seems like anyone's in like Jersey or clear, but you never know, especially like with hacker groups, they are always going for new people.
Hacker man.
But what's up with all these like Russia and pro-Russia thing? Like what are you guys doing? Like Why are you what?
Like,
what's-
why are you obsessed with me?
No, but like actually, why are you obsessed?
I agree.
Because like I don't see why. I really hate talking right now. I really don't see what's the point. Like, what is the point of hacking these airport websites? Like, what is that doing?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's literally
it's
doing nothing.
literally nothing. Like, it makes me not want to fly. But what's the point of that? You know?
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people have not really been flying since COVID.
That's that
Right.
was true for a little while. It's not true anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody's traveling now because they were all not traveling for so long. that they
Everyone's
started-
like, travel.
yeah, exactly. Me included.
Fair enough.
So a lot of people are actually traveling. But I mean, I don't really see the point. Like, what is it pro-Russian? Like, what does that have anything
Why
to
are
do
you so
with?
obsessed with me?
Yeah, I think it's just like an
Also-
obsessed with you thing.
The only state that's been impacted by the tri-state that has been impacted in the tri-state is Connecticut.
Oh,
But that's
we're
it.
fine.
We're fine. LOL.
Connecticut, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Queen.
Connecticut's in the tri-state.
Yeah.
Connecticut, New
New
York, and New
Jersey.
Jersey.
Surprise.
I
Surprise.
thought that Pennsylvania was one of the tri-states.
No,
The honorary one.
no, we're just
They're an honorable mention.
yeah, it's just honorary. Yeah,
I can't blame Ian though. I thought that for a long time as well.
yeah,
PA is Philly and then nothing else.
that's a lie.
Then the
PA is
Poconos.
huge, dude.
Well,
No,
I
like in the tri-state technically.
Oh,
like
yeah.
wink, wink,
But
nudge,
like,
nudge.
yeah, like the
Connecticut has-
tri-state.
I associate more with Pennsylvania than I do Connecticut.
Oh yeah,
'Cause even-
think
I
you've
don't live
ever
near
been-
Philly, but I even have been there. I feel like I've been in Pennsylvania more than Connecticut. I've never been there.
I don't
That's
think
because-
I've ever been to Connecticut.
I have.
Is it cute? Were you living
yeah.
out your Gilmore Girls dreams?
Stop it because I want to go there this weekend and go to the town that was inspired by Star's Hollow.
Me?
I was gonna ask you, when are you working?
Really?
When are you working?
I work Sunday.
Oh, perfect.
Sunday evening.
Then we'll do Saturday.
This is so cute.
Yeah, I never realized how close Connecticut was. But to be fair, geography is my worst area
Oh no.
by far. I thought that Ohio was on the West Coast until last year.
No, I literally know where nothing is.
Apology video right now. I'm kidding.
I agree. I don't know where anything is, if we're being honest.
I have to say the same.
I am directionally. I wanted to say inclined, but that's not the word. Declined.
Incompetent.
Competent. There you go. That's a good word. That's not the word I was thinking of, but that's a good word. Way to make me feel bad.
N-O-N.
And for those of you who are confused by that, Gabi likes to say LOL, but doesn't want to be basic. So she says LOL
En español.
in Espanol, so I don't sound basic. But you know,
are.
I,
I'm just kidding.
you just call me basic.
You're basic.
You're basic.
I know.
You like pumpkin spice lattes, okay?
I don't have pumpkin in my coffee today.
Not today, but normally you would.
I know.
You see how
But at least
nothing
I
is just a basic girl thing.
but at least I have it with oat milk.
That's even more
It doesn't
basic.
say that. Doesn't
Just
have
really, really basic.
Leave me
On
alone.
that note, we need to argue because we need to go on break and argue because that was ridiculous. Bye. We are back here on the Morning Buzz. I'm sorry I cut off Taylor Swift. She's a lovely human being, I'm sure.
Midnight.
Oh Lord. That's a great song though. I used to be a Taylor Swift. I went through a phase where I was a Taylor Swift hater.
Is it because you're trying to be quirky and not like the other girls?
No, I just was something about her was just not
I
vibing
understand.
with me. But now I like her again.
It's okay.
Thanks Leslie, our programming director. She kind of got me back into her.
Who's like the biggest Swiftie?
Who is the hugest Swiftie, other than Holly, who is one of our general members.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I know a couple big Swifties.
There's a lot of them out there, and I mean, she's good, she's talented. So, but anyways, we can't be talking about Taylor Swift forever. This is not the second hour.
No.
This is the first hour. So we do need to talk about some important things, like this analysis that finds at least 66 clinics in 15 states that have stopped providing abortions since Dobbs. Thank you. According to a new analysis from the Gut Matcher Institute, Gut Matcher, I don't know, an abortion rights research organization, at least 66 clinics in 15 states have stopped providing abortions since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade in June. That was in June?
Mm-hmm.
Wow, how time flies. The analysis released Thursday. Wow, I'm so sorry. Found that 26 abortion clinics shut down entirely and that 40 others remained open but no longer providing abortion services through October 2nd. October 2nd marked 100 days since the Supreme Court ruled in Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization that there is no constitutional right to an abortion, leaving the question of abortion rights to the states. All of the remaining open clinics are in Georgia, where a law prohibits abortions once a, quote, detectable human heartbeat is present, end quote. An ultrasound scan can detect electrical activity in the cells of an embryo, which could eventually become a heart as early as 6 weeks, before many pregnancies are even detected. The law includes exceptions for rape and incest if police reports are filed, and it allows for a later abortion when a woman's life is at risk or a fetus is unviable. The closings leave 14 states with no legal abortion providers, according to the analysis, which adds that those states accounted for more than 125,700 abortions in 2020.
I gotta say, like we said before, why are you so obsessed with me and this fetus?
This is one of Lara's favorite topics to talk about.
No, genuinely.
I know.
Genuinely. How
I
does
know.
it impact your life in any way, shape, or form?
It
also-
doesn't.
And also, you're excluding so many like resources that women and people need,
I know.
and it honestly just disgusts me.
We've said it before.
And we'll say it again.
Closing down or getting rid of safe abortions doesn't get rid of abortions. It just heightens unsafe abortions.
It gets rid of the safe ones. You're right.
Exactly. Like it doesn't do anything other than get rid of the safe ones and cause more deaths. So I mean, we've talked about abortion a million times on here. Like we just have.
Both of you don't know my opinion. You'll know now. I'm sure you already learned now, but again, I say the same things all the time. I identify as a pro-choice girly. I feel like the woman should be able to do what is right for her body and her life. And I really don't understand why the Supreme Court cares so much.
The Supreme Court.
If you care so much,
a bunch of old men.
If you care so much, then you get pregnant. If you want.
If you want.
Honestly,
but the whole point of abortions is that the woman didn't want to get pregnant.
Well, no, I meant the men.
I know.
It's too bad we're not seahorses, Gabi.
LOL.
Someone turn my mic off, please.
Honestly, no, we can't because it's your turn to talk about something.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Are you excited? We get to talk about another problematic thing. Kanye West.
And I'm Kanye West.
LOL.
Every time you say that, it literally takes me out.
I'm sorry.
It takes me out to dinner.
He gets me laughing. He wants to hold it in, but he can't.
We're no stranger to Kanye's out-of-pocket opinions. He once suggested slavery was a choice. He called the COVID vaccine the mark of the beast. Earlier this month, he was criticized for wearing a White Lives Matter t-shirt to his collection at Paris Fashion Week. Now, the rapper, who is legally known as Yee, is it
Yay.
Yee?
Yay.
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 Like yay me?
Yeah,
Like
yay
London
me.
Tipton,
Yes,
yay me?
like he is literally London Tipton.
I
yes.
hate that. Anyway. But Yee is again embroiled in controversy.
Are you still calling him Yee?
Did I call him Yee again?
Yeah, you
I
did.
said yay.
Oh, you said Yee.
No, I said yay.
You said Yee.
Oh well.
I lost my voice. I'm not deaf. Okay.
On Sunday, he is officially suspended off of Twitter and Instagram over posts that said are violated their policies. For those of you who don't know about Kanye's recent shenanigans, he wrote some anti-Semitic tweets. The comment drew a sharp rebuke from the Anti-Defamation League, which called the tweet, quote, deeply troubling, dangerous, and anti-Semitic, period. Kanye, yay, Yee. You're a man of many names. But I'm going to need
Kanye.
I'm gonna need an apology video.
No, because
right
the way you
now.
went Kanye, yay, Yee.
I guess Kanye makes sense because it's not Kanye.
It's Kanye. Yeah,
I'm
that's
gonna call
exactly
him
why.
Kanye from now on.
Kanye.
You disrespect
Yee.
my people.
Yeah.
I disrespect you. I call you Kanye.
This is
It's so sad. No, so we talked about this yesterday on my show. There's a couple things that we're talking about later that we've talked about on my show yesterday. Off the rails on Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. And I said that he literally is against everybody but the Christian white man. That's literally it. He's against his own people. He's against Jews. He's against literally everybody but the white man.
the only man he's for is Jesus.
Elle. Oh, Elle. He's literally the White Lives Matter t-shirt is what really set me off the edge.
I agree. But okay, this is gonna be really, really random. But when I was in Seaside over the summer, there was an Italian Lives Matter shirt. And on the back it said, "'Cause who's gonna make the sauce?"
I think that's funny. That's comedic, you know?
Yeah.
Whereas like
This is like
This
not
is, like,
satire.
this is not satire. This is just Kanye. He literally made a post.
Yay.
Just yee. He literally made a post that was like like saying something to this, and he was like, "We all know Black Lives Matter is a scam." Like that was ridiculous. Like he really said that. Like, like how are you gonna like? I'm sorry. It's just so mind-boggling to me because it's like you are Black and you're totally against your people. What is going on? And then like the anti-Semitic stuff. Like, what's the point? Why are you talking about the Jews like that?
We have an update.
Oh gosh.
Elon Musk says he expressed concerns to Kanye West over the posts.
As he should.
Prior.
He should express concerns because even
Her.
his fans are expressing concerns, right, X?
I mean, I stopped worrying about it at this point. The guy is saying whatever he's saying. I've supported him prior, but it's not much I could do at this point. The guy is, it's very sad.
It's mental illness, though.
It's very sad, you know. He I guess I feel like he wants to communicate well, but it's not at all slightly in the slightest bit any good communication whatsoever.
Wants to know, is he trying to communicate, or is he just trying to
You got it.
make waves?
Wow.
Wow.
I think he just wants attention because he's a Gemini man.
I want attention too, but I'm an Aries woman. Anyways, enough about
Let's read-
Kanye, that dude.
Can we read Kanye's birth chart?
Can we read his birth chart? You want to read it right now?
He's a Gemini sun, a Pisces moon, and a Cancer rising.
That makes so much sense.
Anyway,
Happy National Coming Out Day. I thought it was yesterday, but I guess it's today. How fake of a gay am I? Anyways, happy National Coming Out Day. Big shout out to David Velasco, who runs the show I Have a Query here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair.
At noon on Thursdays.
At noon on
Yay!
Thursdays. He wrote this amazing article for WMSC's website celebrating National Coming Out Day. So today is October 11th, which is National Coming Out Day, and it celebrates a significant importance in a queer individual's life. It is first observed on October 11th, 1988, which marks the anniversary of the 1987 National March on Washington for lesbian and gay rights. The coming out process can be very stressful and arduous moment in a queer individual's life, but at the same time, very rewarding. Everyone's coming out story is unique and different. Some can have a positive outcome from coming out, and some can have difficulties. There is no right or wrong way to come out, and everyone's journey is different. These coming out stories can be helpful for those individuals who are struggling with their sexual and or gender identity. It's very important to showcase these stories for the upcoming generation of queer individuals. In honor of National Coming Out Day, WMSC will highlight individuals who have gone through their coming out journeys and give advice to their younger selves. This is all out on our website.
WMSCradio.com.
And it's really a lovely thing. I think I might make a post for it today because truly, I mean, I think I should, considering I am part of the community and I did come out on my own. It's okay though. Hi, it's me, a bisexual woman.
Ally.
But it's a stressful process, you know, like you want to make sure you're selling the people that you care about at the right time. You want to make sure that they're, you know, not gonna give an awful reaction. There's a lot of fears behind it because, you know, people can say one thing and then, you know, it ends up like about, oh, like if you come out, like we'll support you, and then you come out and then they're like, rawr, you know.
I also don't like when people say, oh, the LGBT community gets like too talked about and too shoved down our throats and yada yada. Like, just let people live. Just let people live, laugh, and love.
And it's like, you know what's been shoved down my throats my entire life? Every straight relationship possible, which no, nothing against straight relationships. I once again am a bisexual woman, which means that I have the potential to be in a straight quote relationship. So, but like those have been pushed down our throats our entire lives from literally day one. Like no matter like you look at the Cinderella story and then every princess, like they all have their Prince Charming and all this stuff. So how is it really getting pushed down your throat? You just don't like it. That's all. You just don't like it. That's okay.
Honestly.
You know what? That's all right. If you don't like it, that's fine. But don't come after me for not liking it. That's a you problem, not a me problem.
Honestly, I'm scrolling through the article here, like on WMSC, and I just see all like our fellow WMSC family, and it just makes me really happy to read and see. And I'm also happy that they feel comfortable enough to come out and talk about this. It's because it's important. It just makes me happy. It's
important, and it really shows like those who are still in the closet and things like that. Like you can come out and you can have a positive experience. Some people don't have a positive experience, but other people do. Like I know I had a positive experience. I have a very loving and caring family that supports me in everything I do. I remember when my aunt found out really late in the game, and she like was and she had no clue, and she saw like a post on Facebook, and she was like texting me, and she's like, "I'll love and support you forever. I was there the day you were born," and I was like, "You were so sweet. I love you." Like so I luckily had a good experience, but not everybody does. But it does show that those good experiences do exist for those who do fear what their families, what their friends will think of them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, honestly, just I feel so happy that we at WMSC can support our fellow family. And it makes me so happy.
We've got a large family that's a lot of us have come out. There's a lot of us.
Yeah, and a lot of us are just unique in our own way. And I think it's just beautiful that we have that, you know, there's a day for it.
Yeah, I know, I agree. So
happy coming out day.
Happy coming out day. It just makes me happy these days like these because, you know, it is such a stressful thing. But on that note, let's leave this on a happy note and let's take a break here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. We'll be right back here on the Morning Buzz. Stay tuned. And that was 4th of July by Sulfan Stevens. I liked that song a lot. It was very calming. Ian says it wasn't very calming.
Because I put on my headphones and the first thing that I hear is we're all going to die. And I'm like,
I mean,
I find calm.
I find the calm in that storm. I don't know about you guys, but I do.
Wow. Wow, Gabby. I don't know about you guys, but I find the calm in the desert track from Super Mario Bros. Wii.
We know you find the calm in the desert. English is hard.
It scratches the itch in my brain.
It doesn't scratch the itch in my brain because the part of the song that I want to play doesn't play ever. And it makes me so upset.
That
And I
sounds
can't
like,
find the part of the song that I want. Don't look at me like that.
Song?
What?
sounds like a you problem.
Maybe it's a different song.
I don't know what
It
song it
is.
is. So I
It
just know
is.
I remember it.
But
What
the
is this
desert.
about?
Do you know? Don't worry, I'll play it for you.
But not
Lara.
the right part.
No, because then I'm gonna have to spinach on that.
Just a little taste. It's fine.
Lara likes to listen to Super Mario theme.
Oh,
But the
I
desert
see.
track. The
I
desert
see.
track.
This is what Lara listens to. Put it closer to the mic.
That's like me finding like Kahoot music. There's a specific one that I like more than others.
Okay, that's all I'm gonna play.
Yeah, but then it goes to the point where it's like and then it's supposed to go.
That's the star music.
Is that the star music?
No. You're thinking of the traditional overworld, like the traditional Mario. theme.
Oh, yeah.
I love this. I love that we're getting an answer.
Yeah, that's a completely different song. That is not. I
No.
don't know, but I know it's a completely different song.
It's the overworld.
I'm really glad that you're figuring this out though.
I've literally been saying this to Lara for weeks and she's just now saying this.
I've been saying it's a different song.
No, I know it's a different song, but it still collides like that. Anyways, speaking of songs and tunes,
We have
our favorite
emo
of the
music.
week. Emo music, but call back with tunes on Tuesday. Tell us about tunes.
Thank you. Of course. Tunes on Tuesday is our weekly new music show curated by the music team here at WMSC. This week's interview is with London-based artist Sophia Jelani, interviewed by Samira Gomez, a music team member here at WMSC.
Man, I love Samira.
I do too. She has some really good interviews on
Shout
the
out to
website
Samira.
and the YouTube.
Gwen.
They are there. Sophia Jelani's single came out yesterday, Won't Be One, and she explains that this song is about freedom, and it's one that she's been working on for a long time and wants to connect to her audience with her story. She was inspired by finding happiness and closure and talks about growing her music and developing her career. Jelani talks about a number of festivals she performed in during the summer and how much she enjoyed the energy of those shows, especially since we're still coming out of the pandemic. She talks about possibly acting more in her music videos, including animated music videos, and speaks about her influence from her all-musical family, and talks about developing her musical style. She's primarily influenced by the genres of pop, R&B, and jazz. No matter what, she ensures that she expresses her authentic self. Music from Sophia Jelani, Brigitte, Yet to Bloom, Joe P, and more on Tunes on Tuesday that airs at 2 and 6 on WMSC. You can listen in for new music and good vibes. And if you missed last week's episode, no need to worry. All episodes of the show are available on our website, WMSCradio.com.
Yeah.
So happy. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Gabby.
You're welcome.
I will introduce the discussion topic of today, and if it flops, we move on to the next one. Sophia Jelani performed at a bunch of music festivals over the summer. What are your favorite music festivals?
I think I like Coachella, but I've never been to a music festival like that. So Coachella.
I haven't either, so I can't really say.
Oh,
No, I haven't been to one, but there was one over the summer that I was very close to going. It was called Sad Summer Fest. Favorite band co-headlined it, so
Who's your favorite band?
Water Parks.
yeah. I love water parks.
I have
So,
water parks.
My favorite music festival that I've attended is Warped Tour.
That's what I was
And
gonna
so
say.
I went to Warped Tour, and I didn't see Water Parks perform, but I saw them through a gate when they were talking to Palais Royale, because they're all friends, and I was at Palais's workshop, and what I loved the most about the festival that unfortunately is no more, but stay tuned, I suppose. That they had artists just kind of like walking around and hosting workshops and going to their merch tents and stuff. And I loved that was really like an opportunity to meet your favorite artists. And RIP Warped Tour. I enjoy it.
To go to Warped Tour.
I want
Yeah.
to as well.
I feel like they might do something again in the future. I don't think it's going to be like a nationwide tour like it usually was. Like I'm pretty sure like Lollapalooza
Yeah.
did something like that. I could be wrong.
Okay, right?
But now is it?
yes,
Lollapalooza?
because I
But I
remember.
know-
Well, Lollapalooza's in the US.
No, wait, is
Is
it?
it?
yeah.
Just because it sounds like it's British doesn't mean it's British, Lara.
But I feel like it used to like move more, and now it's just kind of like in one location. Now it's just in Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
But I
Yeah,
think
it's
so
in
maybe they'll do
Chicago.
something like that. Unfortunately, they'd probably stay where Warped Tour was based, which I think is more like West US, which is sad
Yeah.
face for me, but it'd
I-
be like that.
I thought they traveled though for Warped Tour.
They did.
They did. What I'm saying is like maybe they'll do Lollapalooza approach. Like maybe it'll be like a day
Oh.
festival kind of thing. I know they tried that in like 2019 with the 25-year anniversary. They did like select dates, and one of them was in New Jersey. So maybe we have a fighting chance. But I don't know. I heard it was kind of mid in comparison.
Metallica is performing at Lollapalooza in 2023.
That's
Oh,
iconic.
wait, who else was there?
We like
Uh,
Metallica here.
Nobody I know.
Ooh, I like
Wait.
Royal Blood.
Guys,
Yeah.
my voice sounds a lot. Never mind. Okay. I got really excited for a second.
So then, if we don't all attend music festivals, what kind of concerts have you guys? Anyone been to something recently, or got tickets to something recently?
I'm going to see Young Gravy in November.
That's so funny
Excited.
because I'm seeing a Gravy too.
Oh my god, that's so funny. It's
should
like
go
we're going
together.
or something.
I saw My Chem and Panic at the Disco last month, and Gerard Way wore the bat costume for My Chem, and it was just a great experience. So
Last month,
Yes.
I also saw Panic at the Disco, and I also saw last month Lil Nas X, and
Ooh.
boy,
Zach, I love Lil Nas.
so good. And then I know my family really wants to go see Paramore in concert.
Oh,
Me
I love Paramore. I've seen Paramore in
They
concert.
added Misery Business back to the set list.
they did.
Ooh, I need to go. I love Paramore.
Did they announce
Me
a
too.
tour?
So they're touring right now, like a smaller kind of thing, I think. They're going to New York, but like ticket prices were insane. But I think that once the new album comes out, it's gonna be announced like a album tour to go along with it.
That was like Arctic Monkeys did like the tiniest thing where they were in New York and they announced it like a week and a half before, and the ticket prices were absolutely insane. And then about a month later, they announced another tour, and I think they're in like what, Forest Hills, next September.
They need to come to Prudential.
They need to come to
I
Prudential.
haven't
That
seen
would be
Paramore
cool.
since 7th grade. I love Paramore.
I just wanted to make a statement that is very true to the Black community. Paramore is the greatest non-Black band that is Black in the Black community to ever be put out, period.
Yes.
Point blank.
You've
I'm not
heard
Black,
it
but I've heard
here.
this a million times.
Paramore has been endorsed.
Seriously, you ask any Black person what is their favorite band and or song, it's probably Misery Business by Paramore.
That's valid. I get it. I really
It's
do.
a good pick.
It is. It's a great pick, even.
I wanted to, like what Emil said, I wanted to get the tickets to see Arctic Monkeys in, where was it, Queens?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the upcoming tours in Queens.
But that's pricey, and that's all the way in Queens. So fun and fresh.
Yeah, I forgot where they were, somewhere on the 22nd, and the ticket prices, I think the cheapest that my friend was able to find, shout out Madeline Breeze, was like $300 or something. And I go to a lot of concerts. I feel like I need to see Arctic Monkeys. I'm going to the show next September, but like 300 was a
She
little
said, I
much.
need it.
That's a fine.
But
man.
I
I'm
also go to
sorry.
so many concerts that I'm like, I look for the ones that are kind of like on the cheaper side, or I feel like I go to a lot of like smaller venues overall to kind of justify. If I spend like $300 on each concert ticket, I could not go. I wouldn't be able to go to as many as I do.
No, I get that
Mm.
though.
And I think that's the next concert that I'm going to might be Silver Sun Pickups at the Wilmot in the beginning of November.
Ooh,
Fun
that's
and
so
fresh.
fun.
I'm excited.
I haven't been to a concert. Wow, I'm like tired. I haven't been to a concert in a minute. But
My latest one was the Killers.
ooh,
They were really good.
I haven't seen the Killers.
Yeah.
So on that note, guess what time it is?
Yes.
It's 8:01, which means you're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And this is the Morning Buzz. If you are just now tuning in, which why are you just now tuning in? We've been on for an hour now. But I'm your host, Gabi Lutz, and I'm sorry for my voice. From left to right, I have Emo McCormack,
Hi.
Lara Ziccardi,
Howdy.
X Tula,
Hello.
and the Love Doctor, Ian Love.
Hi.
Hi. He goes, hi. I love Ian. He's so fun. So yeah, so this is the second hour now. I'm sorry if you wanted to talk more about concerts, you don't get to now because guess what time it is? It's messy hour, which means we have to start off with keeping the lights on with our news update and our sports updates. So the Love Doctor, Ian Love, would you like to give us a news update?
I would love to.
Oh,
Hi, my name is Ian Love, and you're listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. In national news, gas prices are on the rise again after seeing a steady decline in the recent months. Now, after the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, cut oil production in the last week, prices have started to increase across the nation, hitting a $3.92 average on Monday. This is still a considerable amount beneath the peak of just over $5 in June of this year. But if prices keep increasing, we could see a new high sooner than expected. In statewide news, an 18-wheeler loaded with supplies for Puerto Rico is on its journey thanks to a New Jersey fundraiser. The truck sat outside two different restaurants in Clifton and Linden, New Jersey, and the diners at the restaurants were encouraged to fill the truck with whatever they could. The resources were collected and are being dispersed to help aid those whose lives were impacted by Hurricane Ian. In local news, there was still a state of emergency in place in Montclair on Monday morning due to a water break that occurred last week. This state of emergency continues to ask the residents to keep non-essential water use to an absolute minimum or to avoid it at all costs, include watering lawns, plants, vehicles, and more. This marks the 5th day since the state of emergency was declared, and there is yet to be found for a definitive cause for the breakage. The current weather is clear with a high of 71 and a low of 43, with a humidity level of 85% and good air quality with a level of 39. Looking at the rest of the week, tomorrow, Wednesday, is supposed to be partly cloudy with a high of 71 and a low of 48. Thursday is going to bring in some showers with a high of 69 and a low of 54 and an 80% chance of rain. But Friday's pulling it back, bringing back the sun again with a high of 64 and a low of 49. My name is Ian Love, and this has been your 8 a.m. news report.
Yeah, Love Doctor. Woo woo. Thank you. You're amazing, sweetie.
Thank you.
Next, we have the man, the myth, the legend. X. Give us our sports update.
Got you. All right. So we had Monday Night Football last night, everybody, since it's obviously Tuesday. And Monday Night Football was a real show for us last night with the Las Vegas Raiders facing off against their AFC rivals, the Kansas City Chiefs. Arrowhead Stadium was rocking and rolling for their boys to make sure that they were playing a part in the game, and they definitely played a part in the team's narrow victory. It was a tale of two halves, with the first half of the game going in the Raiders' favor. The Raiders quarterback Derek Carr and college teammate wide receiver Devontae Adams had a huge 58-yard bomb on 4th and 1 that led to a touchdown for the team's first touchdown of the game. After that, their defense continued to play lights out and only gave up 10 points in the first half, leading the Raiders going into half up 20-10. But as we all know, the Chiefs are one of the best teams in the NFL and have one of the best quarterback and tight end combos in the NFL. And that came true in the second half. Patrick Mahomes, quarterback of the Kansas City Chiefs, and tight end Travis Kelce both took over in the second half, scoring 4 straight touchdowns, which for Travis Kelce is a record for the most touchdowns scored by an individual on Monday Night Football. And he is also now leading the NFL with 9 receiving touchdowns, which means as a tight end, he has scored more touchdowns than wide receivers. This ended up helping the team take a 30-29 win in the game, but the Raiders did have a chance at the end of the game to take the lead. And in the last dying seconds on the final play for them, on 4th down, Carr looked for his teammate again, Davante Adams. When he bombed it downfield, unfortunately, Davante Adams was taken out prior to getting the ball. He looked for a flag, but when you look at the replay, his own teammate collided with him, taking him out and causing the play to be missed. The game ended up being that tight 30-29 victory, as I stated. And as the teams were heading off the field, a cameraman ended up walking in front of Davante Adams. Davante, in anger and rage of the loss, and now their record being 1-4, pushed the cameraman to the ground. He later stated that he apologized to the man and that within all of his anger and everything that happened that night, he just reacted out of straight anger and pushed him to the ground. NFL will probably investigate it and more than likely fine him a couple $1,000s, but to these super athletes, that's nothing but pocket change. So we hope that the cameraman is all right. In NBA news, the preseason action kept rolling on, and this is the time where I feel Gabi's Philly ego.
Yay.
The Philadelphia 76ers played last night against the Cleveland Cavaliers and beat them 113-97. Also, in other preseason games, the Washington Wizards beat the Charlotte Hornets 116-107. And to add insult to injury, star point guard LaMelo Ball exited the game early with an ankle sprain and will probably miss the remainder of the preseason. Shout out to LaMelo. You're a great superstar player, and I really wish you well and a speedy recovery, my man. In MLB news, the Giants have hired former Astros executive Pete Putla as their new GM. And in other baseball news, here we go for Gabi once again.
Whoa.
The Phillies have taken the interim tag off of manager Rob Thompson and gave him a 2-year extension, a fitting reward for taking the team to the divisional round, which they are currently in, and battling out to see if they could make it a race for the pennant. So shout out to Tom, and, keep up the good work, I guess. Me being a Mets fan, I am very bitter of seeing you guys still playing. So unfortunately, I have to watch other teams in the area keep going. And in local MSU news, our women's volleyball team will be facing off against Rutgers Camden tonight at 7:00. Go ahead, girls, and go get that W. Back to you guys.
Whoa.
Go get that.
All right. All right. So we're moving on to a segment.
What segment, Gabi?
It's called Dating Advice. LOL.
From us?
From me? From me? I can't even give myself dating advice.
You picked this.
I know. It was
I gave Gabi 3 options. I gave her, am I in the wrong, the time I messed up, or dating advice.
And I said dating advice. Because why? Because I'm the queen of dating. I'm so good at it. I do it all the time. I date people all the time and then they break my heart. It's fine. Anyways, we're gonna we join us as we deep dive into the world of Reddit and messy situations. Disclaimer, these stories are not our personal experiences. These are stories from users on Reddit. So for the first dating advice story question thing, I, a 17 male, 17 really, my ex-girlfriend, 18 female, 18 really, cheated on me with my ex-best friends, multiple people, multiple times. I don't know what I did to deserve this. When I caught her, she said it's because I was a boring boyfriend. I thought I was being a good boyfriend too. I always texted her and asked her how her day went, and I didn't try to solve her problems for her. My financial situation is not the best because you're 17. So I learned to cook for her instead of taking her out for dates. I tried to make her laugh whenever I could. I don't know what to do and I feel like I'm dying. Can someone please help explain what I can do better next time? I don't want to repeat any of the mistakes again. Here's my advice.
Don't date. You're in high school.
That's not what I was gonna do. You can't help
Focus on
feelings. You
school.
can't help feelings. But here's my advice. Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Ned Fulmer cheated on Ariel. Adam Levine cheated on a Victoria's Secret model. It's not your fault, bud.
It doesn't matter
You
how
could
pretty
be
you
doing-
are, what you're doing. You just get a bad apple once in a while.
It could be you could be doing everything right and it still doesn't matter. It's just the person. Once a cheater, always a cheater. First of all, even if you were doing something wrong, you don't deserve to be cheated on, unless you were a cheater first, then it is what it is. You get what you get. But nobody deserves to be cheated on. Just break up with the person if you don't like them and you don't like how they're treating you. So, I mean, if you were doing everything right, I mean that's it. I mean, literally anybody can get cheated on, and that's the worst thing. Even I, Gabi Lutz, the prettiest person ever, the coolest person ever, can get cheated on and have gotten cheated on. So, I mean, stay safe out there. You didn't do anything wrong, probably. I mean, you might have. I don't know you, but I mean, you seem like you didn't. So that's on the girlfriend. She's missing out. You're 17. Live your life. Find another fish in the sea.
Live, laugh, love.
Live, laugh, love. You're living, you're learning, you're loving. Just
And
call it a day.
You live in La Vida Loca
Live in La Vida Loca
by Antonio.
by Antonio Banderas and Eddie Murphy. So we don't stand Ricky Martin here, but we do stand Antonio Banderas and Eddie Murphy.
Of course.
So that's my advice. Does anybody else have different advice?
No, it's not
No,
your
you
king.
hit the nail on the head there.
I'm so good at advice.
It's not your king.
Not you.
Keep your
Saying
crown on.
that he's a boring boyfriend doesn't justify cheating.
No,
Like,
just
the
break up
only
with him
thing
then.
that could even maybe is if it's cheating.
Yeah.
Is like, okay, you cheat on a cheater.
Yeah.
But like,
but
no,
other than
it's
that,
her.
no.
It's completely her.
Yeah. If you're not abusive, if you haven't cheated on her yourself, like there's no reason that you're fine, king. Keep your crown up. Hold your crown up. Hold your crown
Don't
up.
let it fall. It's okay.
Don't let your crown fall.
Anyway.
Your rubies are too precious to be getting all smushed by the ground, okay?
I
You go on to the next one.
Yeah.
All right, Lara, you got it, queen.
I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like dating is becoming really hard.
LOL, it's not just you.
Not only dating, but also having healthy connections with people. Yesterday, I was discussing this with a friend, and he told me that Instagram changed all kind of relationships since it showed people that there are so many options out there and people are kind of disposable. Well, I think he has a point. I wonder what you all think about it.
I mean,
I think it's not just Instagram, it's social media as a whole.
yeah.
And I feel like the whole online dating
I feel
pool
like,
really just kicks that off into full swing.
but especially Instagram though, and like any like social media platform, like they really make relationships viewed in a light. Like even it could be the most toxic relationship ever, but they post a cute picture together and everybody's like, oh my gosh, you're so healthy and you're so cute together. Like, oh my gosh, like this is amazing. And
You
it's like,
don't like no one knows what goes on behind closed
nah.
doors.
Exactly. And social media kind of hides that.
Yeah, social media allows you to show off all the good parts while being able to hide all the worst parts that you might not want to show.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, I mean, I agree. Like the dating world is rough right now, especially because of social media and dating apps and all that good jazz. I know, especially because of dating apps, because they all think it's just hookup culture.
Mhm.
And that's not always the case. Like people do want to find love on there. Hi, that's me. I'm still single.
I'm manifesting.
people.
I am people.
I'm manifesting for you.
Oh, I'm manifesting for myself too. So everybody
We'll do a pillow manifestation.
pillow method. Woo!
What's pillow method, Gabi?
Pillow method is when you write your manifestations down on a piece of paper. And then, but like writing like as in like, I am in a healthy relationship. I am wealthy. I am healthy, just period, like just healthy. I am healthy. And you put it in under your pillow. And every night for a couple nights, and you but while you're falling asleep, you will imagine, you'll say to yourself like the manifestations that you wrote down, but you also imagine yourself in that scenario, like in the happy relationship or in that stuff. You picture it in your brain as you fall asleep and you're manifesting. I can't confirm if that works or not, because I in fact tried it and I thought it was working for like a week and then my life fell apart. So it might have worked if I kept manifesting, but I don't know. But I like to believe that things like that'll work because it gives me a little bit of hope in life.
It makes the worst seem a little bit better.
Yeah,
Gives-
exactly. So
But yeah, I don't know. I don't really have any advice. I feel like
the dating world does stink. I don't know what to tell you.
I don't know. I feel like it kind of just like it comes to you. Like the person comes to you. Like I know, but once you stop looking, that's when someone comes.
It comes to you when you have pretty privilege, Lara.
Oh,
Okay.
stop it. I
Okay.
know.
I hate pretty privilege. I think it's stupid.
I'm
But you
sorry.
have it, so I don't want to hear it. Anyways,
This is why I can't do dating advice.
yeah, because she has pretty privilege.
I don't.
Yes,
Yes, you do.
And you have a boyfriend.
Yeah, I don't know why. Why does he talk to me? I don't know why he
Yes.
talks to me.
Because you're pretty. That's you're pretty. Oh,
You are pretty.
I think so sometimes.
I think you are.
L
think
O
you are.
L.
No, don't hit me with the LOL. You are pretty.
Redacted.
Well, I'm pretty enough to talk to, but not enough to actually make official. So it's fine. Anyways, woo, we have one more dating advice.
This is why we're not doing dating advice on the
This
Tuesday.
is why we don't do dating advice every week, because it would just be talking about Gabi's love life. I could do that on here. Can we do that? Can we make that a segment? Just talk about Gabi's love life. Her
Give us
updates?
updates.
Updates for the week. I think we should do that next week.
I'm literally trying to think of like, oh, what's like legit advice? I literally just
I have nothing.
merely exist, and this one human being decided he liked that.
Yeah.
And so-
Okay, ready?
That's
This
very
is it.
true.
All right, this one's kind of funny.
I like this one.
The guy I'm dating is too perfect. Why don't I like him? So I, a 25 female, am having a weird problem. This guy I'm dating is literally perfect. He ticks off all the boxes. He's attractive. He has a great job. He's smart and empathetic. He is so sweet to me. The point is, I can't seem to find any flaws, and I feel bad because he is so nice to me. But for some odd reason, I'm not as drawn to him as he is to me. I do like him, but I find him just a bit boring, and I don't have that spark, and he doesn't make me laugh. He's very stoic and extremely quiet and chill. He doesn't take many risks and plays life on the safe side. I'm literally the opposite: loud, a bit extra, goofy, spontaneous, and always up for an adventure. My question is, what's wrong with me? LOL. Our relationship supposed to be boring, this perfect? Am I being picky if he doesn't make me laugh, likes taking risks? Has anyone dated Mr. Right on paper and felt this way? So I'm raising my hand because I really have something to say about this. This is
Okay.
like a new girl when Jess is dating that older man. And he's perfect. He's got money, he treats her well, but there's no spark for her. And he's over the spark phase of his life because he's an older guy. He's like in his 60s, but she's like in her like 30s, late 20s. So for her, like she's like, I still want that spark. Like that's the thing, is like he might be perfect on paper, but if you don't feel the spark, you don't feel this like energy, like when you see him, like then it's not his fault. He's not doing anything wrong. He's just not the one for you. Like you want a spark, you want something that'll make you light up, and somebody who you get excited and you get butterflies to see all the time, and things like that, who make you smile and make you laugh, because especially if you're somebody who needs to be goofy and spontaneous and stuff like that, like you need somebody who will make you laugh even if they are quiet. Yes, X.
I would like to counter that and say that I think is a part of the media theme, because if you ask most parents and people that have been married for like hundreds of years, they're just being happy with each other. So like the idea you have to feel spark is like,
Can I counter that again?
go ahead.
It's not like oh my God, like they're in the honeymoon phase for forever, but there needs to be some kind of spark that makes you want to see that person every day and excites you to see them, like, and makes you feel a certain way when you see them. Like, even if you're married for 25, 30, 40, 50 years, like you need something that'll make you want to be with that person all the time. And if it's boring and you feel no excitement about that person, then it's not a spark.
Fair enough. I mean, I feel that her naming him so perfect is a part of the thing that I was going gearing towards, was that like every person wants the perfect person that's always nice to them, not nice to too nice to other people, very intelligent, very wealthy, and those type of people usually don't. They're not the most risk taking, exciting people because they're usually calculating the fact that like I have a lot in my life that I could lose if I take too many risks in my life. Those people, those perfect people we have on paper usually are boring because they have their routines down pat and they stick to that routine because it's worked. So if you started dating him, I don't know how long this person has been dating the gentleman, but you picked them for a reason, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to, say like, break up with him, but like it's that simple because the reason why you were attracted to him was because he had all these boxes ticked off. But now you realize, oh, to have these boxes ticked off, it comes with the cost of X factor. But usually that X factor spark you like is somebody's risky, and somebody that's risky may not have the perfect financials with them because they take the risk of doing things, and they may not be the most intelligent because maybe they didn't, you know, try working hard on book smarts. They're more street smart. So that's why I feel like that's a part of the media or internet pull, or like the things you see on TV, because we want a perfect person, all of us. But usually just comes down to being the perfect person for you, which can be the goofy person that doesn't have everything put together yet.
Yeah. I mean, I don't need perfect. I just need fun.
Life is too short to be with a person that you don't have a connection with,
Exactly.
because is this guy great on paper? Sure. But do you have that natural chemistry and have that spark?
No.
No. Life's too short.
You're holding yourself and you're holding that guy back from finding the person that's perfect for them. So stop holding yourself back if you want.
Only if you want.
If you want, but like you shouldn't hold yourself back and hold that person back because you're just keeping yourselves from finding your actual fish in the sea.
Yeah. There are plenty of fish in the sea.
Plenty of fish in the sea. Yeah.
Anyway, I think we should take a break so I can go
I
go
think
for a swim.
I think we should take a break too.
I'm gonna go find some fish.
You're gonna go find Nemo?
Yeah.
LAO. Okay, we'll be back here on the Morning Buzz in a few short minutes. Bye. Welcome back to the Morning Buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. Yay.
Oh my gosh, I'm
Hallelujah.
rushing WMSC. Do you guys think I'll get in?
Oh my god.
Maybe.
No.
If you're lucky.
So out of pocket. I love it.
Oh, sorry guys. I'm
Sobbing.
yawning. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Anyways, we have some entertainment news to talk about. And this entertainment news is very upsetting. By the way, I'm Gabi. It's nice to meet you. If you're just now tuning in. Hi, emo. So this one, Lara's like holding her head. She's so sad. I'm really sad about it too, actually.
I'm distraught.
A fan favorite who now can't be a fan favorite. Rex Orange County is charged with 6 counts of sexual assault in London.
No.
I know. We're upset. Let me report it.
Okay.
Singer Rex Orange County, born Alexander O'Connell, has been charged with sexually assaulting a woman in 6 separate instances this past June. On June 1st, the musician allegedly assaulted the woman twice in the West End, then 4 additional times the following day, including once in a taxi and 3 instances at his Notting Hill home. The woman is said to be over the age of 16, so she's not a minor or not a full minor. O'Connor was released on unconditional bail after pleading not guilty to 6 charges. A provisional trial date has been set in court for January 3rd. Representative for Rex Orange County said in a statement to Rolling Stone, quote, Alex is shocked by the allegations, which he denies, and looks forward to clearing his name in court, end quote. End quote again. He is unable to make any further comment because of the ongoing proceedings, end quote. I find it interesting that it's one woman
I agree.
and 6 different times,
I agree.
which I didn't know until today. So I find that very interesting because how did that woman get herself in that position
Yeah.
6 different times? Like, how are you around him that often? Like, does he work with you? Like, is that why you're around him? Or are you just some random girl who just decides to be around him 6 different times?
There's a lot of information that we don't know about the woman,
Yeah.
but we do know it is one person.
We always stand by the victim.
Of
Of
course.
course.
Doesn't make it like this doesn't make it okay, but it is interesting to
It
see
does
that it is
sound-
one person.
It does.
Do you remember the
Something
whole
doesn't sound right.
something sounds off?
Mm-hmm.
Like something genuinely sounds off. And there were times where she went to his house.
Yeah.
At his
Mhm.
that sounds a little fishy to me.
Yeah, I don't know.
Something else to point out that I've been seeing online. Once again, I'm all for
Support the victim.
support the
Yes,
victim
yep, I know.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
But something that has been pointed out to me online is that this past June, he was in the US. On June 1st, he played a show in California.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh, and what is it?
And
what
then
did she
in June
say?
4th, he was at the Hollywood Bowl. So
Oh.
So this one says he assaulted the woman twice in the West End.
mhm.
Hold the
Mm,
phone. I'm checking the tour dates.
And then 4 additional times in his Notting Hill home. Isn't Notting Hill like
Those are
oh.
both in London.
Well, West End can be New York.
Hold the phone. Hold the phone. We're doing some
We're
research
doing
right
some
now.
research because if we
So,
can do research by the
on
court, that's a problem.
That's July. That's July. Give me a second. I'm sorry, guys.
Notting Hill.
We're doing investigation.
On June 6th, he was in Australia. And from May 28th to June 6th, it was said that he's in Australia.
So he was in Australia that whole time.
I think so. Because it wouldn't make sense for him to go all the way to the UK. Do you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
go
it
back
wouldn't
to
make sense
Australia.
for him to go to his Notting Hill home. And that would mean that she would have to go from Australia with him to his Notting Hill home
Where's Notting Hill?
London.
in London.
There you go.
Which means that she would have to go with him like across like the ocean, you know,
On a plane.
on a plane, which means you'd probably be willing to do that unless he like kidnapped you.
Wait,
which
hold
I
the phone.
don't think she accused him of.
Hold the phone. Lara might have read 2020.
Oh.
Yeah, I was about to say, where are you seeing Australia? Because the one I saw was that
Hold the
June
phone.
1st was in Santa Barbara.
Hold the
Well,
phone.
either way, he'd still have to fly
It was a
Okay.
13-hour flight.
Ian, you're right because sorry, the way I'm looking at these dates are really messing with my little noggin.
That's okay. We forgive you.
You do?
Yeah.
Yay. Hold the phone.
Holding
Okay.
the phone.
Okay, now I
The
have
phone
something.
is being held.
I have something where my brain now works.
Okay.
Okay. He was in, and you're right, he was in San Diego May 29th. He was in Santa Barbara, California on June 1st. And then he was in Hollywood on June 4th.
Well, then that doesn't add up.
So, okay. No, for the entirety of June, he's in the United States.
So then how does that add up?
It doesn't. Not as
Because
But that could also be the June 1st date could be from a previous year or something like that. There's a lot of explanations, but with the information that we have right now,
it doesn't add up.
yeah.
it says June. Like it says like
Not us trying to figure it out so we can still listen to his music. No,
this is out of pocket. Hold
okay,
the
but
phone.
it's no, but like, I don't know. I'm always for standing with the victim, and I will stand with the victim until proven differently.
Mhm.
I will too, but the article from Rolling Stone, they say, quote, on June 1st, the musician allegedly assaulted the woman twice in West End, following day in the taxi, and is nodding home. So, which this implies this year.
that he
What's
needed
the
to
West
know.
End?
West End is
so-
kind of like the Broadway of London.
So it is still old London.
Yeah,
This is in London. This is the area of
but he was in
central
Santa
London,
Barbara,
England.
So how does that add up?
It doesn't.
Unless
does
his
not.
concert date got canceled.
It didn't.
Well, I'm
No.
also
No, because I saw that there were videos from that.
Oh.
concert.
I'm also seeing that he canceled tours
He
in the
did.
summer.
Yeah, because he's been dealing with this.
with this.
Yeah.
And we just haven't known about it.
No,
I
because
mean-
they were keeping it down low. He said
Yeah.
he said he canceled the tour for personal reasons,
Mm-hmm.
but it was because he was dealing with this.
I feel like if this did happen in 2021 or 2020, the article would specify that it happened that year.
Yeah.
The article said this past year, or one of them said this past year.
No, it just says June 1st, like no year,
Which
Mm-hmm.
means that happened this year.
which has
Yeah.
happened this year. But it again doesn't add up.
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I think we should be super sleuths and figure it out ourselves.
I think Lara
Go
needs
for
to
Yeah,
do
needs to
some
do some
investigative journalism.
I want to know who this girl is.
Yeah, they're
Mhm.
probably not going to release.
No,
would-
but I
But
wanna
like
know.
I understand that. Like if
Yeah.
you're gonna
Yeah.
like it's already very brave and like
Oh,
courageous of
very
them to
brave.
come forward
Yes, for sure.
and tell their story. I can understand why they might want to keep themselves anonymous just
Yeah,
because of
because
all
they-
the
There were a lot of
fans.
Again, I never like again always standing with the victims. But again, something seems really
We're
wrong.
also trying to find the truth in all of it.
I
Yeah.
would also like to share that in looking for some information, Google's people also ask specifically the question, where was Rex Orange County on June 1st? So we are not the first people to be trying to do our
Oh,
own
no.
investigation.
People are trying here
Let me see if I
because
can get
it's because it makes you wonder, like, how real is this?
And it just quotes the Guardian and doesn't specify that answer. But again, like through
Not
tour
The
dates, you
Guardian.
can kind of like assume that he was in the US.
Yeah,
Yeah, like,
Unless
it
that
doesn't
show
have
was
to be-
canceled for some reason. But
it
But it
wasn't.
wasn't.
It wasn't. It said,
yeah.
June
I'm seeing if I can like just find any clips from that show on June 1st.
event recap. Let's see the set list.
Yeah, I was looking at the set list web.
Yeah. 4 Seasons by Rex Orange County at Santa Barbara posted 4 months ago.
So he was there.
Mm-hmm.
So how does that add up?
It doesn't. We will keep you tuned here on the Morning Buzz
Yeah,
about
keep
any
updated.
updates that we
Our
get.
investigation.
The investigation lives on,
Yes, it does.
but we have to move on.
We're going to be moving on to some news about Selena Gomez. She has her documentary coming up, and she's opening up even more now about her health struggles. In the trailer for her Apple TV Plus documentary, Selena Gomez, Mind and Me, she is seen dealing with various issues, including trying to get a handle on her mental health. The description on the trailer reads, quote, "After years of being in the limelight, Selena Gomez achieves unimaginable stardom, but just as she reaches a new peak, an unexpected turn pulls her into darkness. This is uniquely raw and intimate documentary spans her 6-year journey into a new light. The trailer was released on World Mental Health Day. She also joined President Biden in May for a conversation with mental health. I gotta say, as someone who's followed Selena Gomez since her Disney Channel years and watching her grow up and like me growing up as well, she is just a really great role model for young people out here.
Very much. And I love how she uses her platform to bring up important topics like mental health and open up about her own, because that's, it's important because all of us deal with it. Yeah, we're all, therapy is very prevalent and things like that. So it's very important that our role models are being open and honest with us, because it helps us, know that we're not alone.
Yeah, and I've, out of any other celebrity or influencer, whatever, I've seen her really come out the most about mental health and really try to normalize it. So that's really great. And keep doing what you're doing, Queen.
Yeah, no, she's doing great.
She's
we,
doing
we love
amazing.
Selena Gomez. We really do.
We do.
She's fantastic, and I'm excited to see this at some point.
Me too.
Although it's Apple TV and I do not have Apple TV, so
I do not as well.
but you know what? That's okay. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, because today's, not only is it National Coming Out Day, it's
But
another day.
Also Amazon Prime Day. Is it today? Is it actually?
Not sponsored, of course.
No.
Would like to emphasize that.
No, but I mean, Jeff Bezos rules the world, so
That's very true.
But so when is Amazon Prime Day in 2022 in October? It's today. What time does it start? I don't know. Let's find out how to find the early deals. The highly anticipated Amazon Prime Early Access Sale 2022 will kick off this week. This is the first time Amazon is holding a second sales event for its Prime members in a single year. The annual Prime Day mega sale event is traditionally held in the summer. With the fall Prime Day sale, Amazon said it's starting the holiday shopping season early this year, giving consumers plenty of time to check off their gift lists early with discounts on hundreds of thousands of items. The Amazon Prime Day 2022 in October sale started today at 3 a.m. Eastern, and it runs for 2 days through tomorrow. Oh, I wish I wasn't broke right now. I could buy the things I needed to buy.
I know.
But I'm broke, so it's gonna have to wait anyways.
Just want to give a big shout out to all people that work at Amazon fulfillment centers. I worked there for 2 years in my life, and this time of the year and holiday season is absolutely the worst time of the year. They are putting out like 65,000 units per shift, which is ridiculous numbers. You are working your tails off in there, and I know you guys don't get the credit that you guys do deserve. Shout out to my friend Dion, who works there currently at one. You guys really deserve the credit because Bezos is not in there doing the work himself. He is on a yacht with his nice young lady. But yeah, shout out to you guys.
Yeah.
CEO entrepreneur, born in 1964, Jeffrey Bezos.
He's Lex Luthor.
Shout out to Kyle in our show discussions chat.
Is he?
He said, quote, I literally just bought something last night and now it's on sale. That's Kyle.
RIP for you.
A suggestion. You could return it and then buy it
Cancel
again.
the order.
Honestly.
Cancel the order, Kyle.
Not only are we giving,
Loophole.
not only do we give dating advice here on the Morning Buzz, we give shopping advice.
Yeah, that's something I take a lot of pride in, shopping.
Shopping is fun.
Do a lot of shopping.
Hi, Kyle.
I can't wait to get paid. I'm struggling right now, and I need to buy a thing for my brother's wedding, for my under my dress.
Tea.
Those girdles. You got to make sure everything's all smooth under the dress.
Sure.
No, you don't understand because you're skinny.
I understand.
Spanx.
Yeah, Spanx. I need to buy some.
Spanx?
Yeah. So I'm gonna just get them off Amazon, but I can't until I get paid. So if Amazon Prime Day wants to last until like Friday, that would be nice. But I think it lasts till what, Thursday?
No, tomorrow.
I don't know.
Tomorrow.
I don't know. But on that note,
Mañana.
I'm over it.
LOL.
LOL. On that note, we're gonna take a quick break here on the Morning Buzz, and when we get back, we've got our quirky not like the other girl story. So stay tuned. Hi guys, hi besties. How are we doing? Are we back? We're better than ever. We're getting there. Hi.
Hello.
Yay, we're back. You're on the morning buzz here on 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. My voice is just getting worse as the show goes on, I feel, but that's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
Lara's like disappointed. She's like, Gabi, never
Yeah.
again.
You're okay. I think.
We're surviving. So we have quirky, not like the other girl stories. I don't know what this story is, but it's okay.
I don't know either.
It's
Shout out
about,
to Isaiah for writing a few of these.
thanks Isaiah for writing about something I had no clue about. I'll forgive you later. So the king returns. A while ago, we've been farewell to Go Arthur and his PBS show that spanned 25 seasons, making it the longest running kids animated series. But the aardvark apparently has a lot more to say. That's why later this month, Arthur will be appearing on the Joe Rogan Experience to explain the backstage drama surrounding its 25th season. All right. Hold on. I couldn't breathe for a second. Arthur is not appearing on the Joe Rogan show, but he is launching the Arthur podcast. The show will revisit stories from the former TV series as well as narrate new stories about school, friendships, and family. The first of eight episodes will be available on October 20th. The show is going to be in all podcast streaming platforms and even PBS Kids Video. The show is going to be produced by Boston's GBH Kids and Gen Z Media, and the podcast will have an interactive component too. Listeners are encouraged to send voice messages to be aired on the show. The new audio format comes 8 months after the TV series came to an end in February. Did anybody watch The King or Go Arthur?
It's Arthur the Aardvark.
Mhm.
Uh,
But Goat isn't like greatest of all time.
I get that now.
It's okay.
I was very confused. I like Arthur.
I
Never
think-
mind. I get it now.
I-
Sorry.
I think this is a great idea. But
I was so confused reading that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
yeah, I think this is a great idea, but what kid is gonna sit down and listen to a podcast?
Not many.
I think the current generation of kids are more inclined to than we might think.
Maybe
Yeah, it's-
like in the car, their parents will
yeah, it's-
turn it on.
I was gonna say
Something
it's,
like the teachers put on.
I was gonna say it's because they're millennial parents, but I digress.
Ooh,
Oh, sorry, X. It's the no, it's not.
oh my gosh,
It's not
absolutely.
millennials. Period. It's the millennial parents. You know what I mean? I don't know. There's just like a different font to them.
Like it
Because-
makes sense, but I didn't put it together.
I feel like it's a similar thing of when they make live action remakes of old animated movies. It's like it's not necessarily for the new kids to introduce them to the animated movies. It's more for the people who were kids when it came out, and now they're all grown up and more suited to a different.
Disney
style.
adults.
Exactly. So like this might be aimed more towards people who grew up watching Arthur and now live their little adult lives and don't have time to watch cartoons,
I would
but they
love-
do have time to listen to podcasts.
I would love for Arthur to give me advice.
Me too. Arthur should give dating advice.
Should we get Arthur on Buzz?
It wasn't the greatest.
I
will.
will-
W and whatnot. So
I would listen to Arthur giving me dating advice.
It's better than Caillou.
I thought you said Kanye.
Not
Kanye giving dating advice.
I thought he said Kanye.
I did not like Caillou.
Caillou slander.
most parents don't like Caillou.
I think they said that the lore behind Caillou is that he may have been a cancer patient.
Lore?
That's why he was bald.
Lore?
Oh shit.
Yeah, but he still complained the whole show.
I love lore.
Yesterday,
love
somebody
lore.
referred to human history as canonical event, and I nearly broke down crying in the middle of a rehearsal.
Not broke down crying.
Well, 'cause they're like, did you know that canonically? And then they said something that happened in human history. And I'm like, although that makes sense, please refrain from referring to human history as canonical.
No, for those who don't know what canonical means, this is not me. Explain the definition of canonical.
Canonical, it's more used in terms of fictional universes, and it's just a term for something that has happened and does exist inside the universe of whatever fictional story you're telling. So it's something that maybe wasn't explicitly stated in the movie, book, or whatever media the universe exists in, but it's something that is to be believed did happen does exist.
Thank you so much. I knew what that meant,
It's for those
but for
listeners
those who
out there.
didn't know what it meant, I'm so glad you gave them that definition. It was really well spoken.
I'm so glad that I have now been educated. And now I'm going to get a real college education.
Oh my
The,
gosh.
the University of California, Berkeley will offer a brand new course that has many hyped, and a few people are wondering how this is an actual thing. The home of the Golden Bears will be offering a Nicki Minaj course for the upcoming spring semester. The course will be known as Nicki Minaj, the Black Barbie. How do you say that word?
Femc.
Femc? That's an interesting word. Femc and hip hop feminisms.
Barbs unite.
The course professor said on Twitter that the class will encourage students to think about how Minaj's impact on the hip hop music industry connects to the quote, broader historical social structures and hip hop feminists. Queen Minaj has also expressed interest in visiting the class, but more details about the class will be shared once they are finalized. UC Berkeley isn't the only college that offers classes focused on celebrities. San Diego State University will offer a course focused on rapper Bad Bunny and his impact on the Latinx culture. Texas State University also announced they will offer a class focused on Harry Styles and the culture of the celebrity. And of course, New York University announced that it will offer a course focused on Taylor Swift at its Clive Davis Institution.
I think it's very interesting though, because like celebrities do like they change like the way we like do things in culture, like, you know, or the way like the industries work and things like that. So honestly, like to have classes about celebrities is kind of interesting to me, because I know, and it's funny like to think about, but it's interesting because like truly like Nicki Minaj is like the female rapper. She's one of the female rappers. And like with Taylor Swift, like she's just I don't
She's Taylor
understand.
Swift, like
But like and like Harry Styles, he created a whole culture of like concert culture has completely changed because of him. And it's very interesting to see and like get into the mindsets of the fandoms and stuff.
But is it changed for the better or for the worse? Is the
Better.
question.
With Harry
Fashion.
Styles.
Fashion, I could say it's changed for the better, but some of the etiquette I saw in the lines for some of the shows for Harry Styles was insanity.
Really? I don't know. I didn't get to go.
There's a lot of like two people trying to control the entire situation and like get it under wraps.
To be fair, I also saw fans at Bad Bunny concerts completely going at each other, in a better choice of words, fisticuffs. So it wasn't, you know, some fans I don't think really pull the greatest messages
No, for sure.
out of their
And
celebrities.
that's in every
Yeah.
thing.
That's why I'll cut Harry Styles some slack, because if I don't, my younger sisters will be down my throat because they were
As they should
huge
be.
One Direction fans.
I'm still a fan of Harry Styles. But I think like especially with Nicki Minaj, I mean, she's paved this pathway for a lot of female rappers out there. So and it's weird. Don't get me wrong, it's weird to have a course dedicated like Barbs Unite. You know, that's gonna be a class of all Nicki Minaj fans.
I think but I think as long as you're able to pull like they were talking about a broader message, I think that anything can be made a course. So
Yeah.
And they should have a Beyonce course already.
They probably will at some point. I'm shocked it's not in Texas.
I think it probably already exists.
I'm shocked she's not the Texas State University.
I
course.
agree.
I think the only thing that kind of confuses me about it is just like I guess you could argue that history class is this way, but I feel like it's still like developing. Like these are still present
Yeah.
artists.
I
So the
feel-
only thing is like you can't do like their long standing
Mhm.
impact of like their specific genre or like the music industry in general. That's the only thing that
Yeah.
I find kind of strange
I mean,
about like
if they've been there around long enough, like think about it,
mhm.
like Nicki Minaj has been around for a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, technically, you've seen some kind of impact from it because it's not like she's just been around for like 2 years. The part that
Oh, yeah.
confuses me is like, how are you making a whole course? Like, I feel like I could learn about that in like 2 days, not like a whole
Mhm.
semester.
Well, then there's also like, and again, I suppose there's a lot of subjects like this, but there are people who probably just know a lot of information already, and then we'll just kind of go into the chorus like pretty
Easy
much
A.
knowing everything.
Yeah.
Also good for you then. Go get that A.
Yeah, go get that A.
You spent all this
Teach that
time
class.
knowing seemingly like ridiculous knowledge about a celebrity, and then boom, you get credits out of it. So
Yeah, no,
actually
I
go
mean,
for it.
You know what? No more than your professor. The professor gets fired. Just like
Mm.
this cringe prank that gets people fired.
Nice transition.
Thanks. Just in time for the Halloween season, we head to the scariest place on earth. That's right, Ohio.
I really know Isaiah had a hand in this one though.
Sorry, I just
I-
got
yeah, I-
spooked out.
Oh yeah, you got terrified.
Terrified.
Word Ohio, right? I did too. Video of an adult daycare worker scaring the life out of toddlers has the community and parents outraged. This video shows a daycare worker wearing a horror movie mask, intentionally frightening the children who are visibly upset. I think it's kind of funny. The person wearing the mask would also get closer to the kids who are clearly getting scared, then proceed to yell in their face. Honestly, I was going to share some of the video, but it's very uncomfortable. Multiple employees are also seen laughing amidst a chorus of tears from children. The owner said a similar incident was also recorded in September, but the owner said she was not made aware of the incident until the video surfaced this week on social media. The owner did confirm 4 employees have been fired as a result. Some parents believe the owner had nothing to do with the employees' actions and will continue to use the facility. Monroe County Sheriff Kevin Crook said no criminal charges have been filed and the office is looking into the matter. Well, like, okay, like, yeah, should they have made the kids cry? No, that's not your job. So I understand getting fired for that, but why are they getting like a county sheriff involved? You know?
Well, maybe it has something to do with parents. Like maybe the parents found out and
Yeah, but like
they
all
want
they did
to.
was put on a mask and scare them.
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
feel
like-
like parents could be like so angry about it though. They could try to like do some sort of like legal action.
The
So
part
they're
about,
probably
like,
covering that.
part about like going up and yelling at the kids though was a little much.
Mm-hmm.
No, yeah, but like I don't know. Maybe because it's like I've seen a lot of stories, especially I think over the summer, that were like of like daycares near me. Like the employees were like actually abusing the children. And like a girl I went to high school with got arrested because she abused like a 1-year-old. Like
Oh,
and things like that. So
Jesus.
like for me, like this is like they're just scaring the kids. Like, I don't know. It could be worse.
That's
Mm.
very true. Yeah, and I agree. But not Ohio.
I think it's the fact that it's Ohio. That's
It's bad
scary.
enough that they're already in Ohio. Then you got to make them cry.
Yeah, exactly. They're
Come
crying because
on.
they're in Ohio. They're not crying because of the movie
Has
mask. Come
nothing
on
to do
now.
with the mass.
Has nothing to do with the mask. Has all the
They
things
finally
to do.
learned that they are actually in Ohio. And
Yeah,
there's too much.
And they're like, I can't be in the musical. And I hope that applied to a niche group of people because that was funny.
Yeah.
The musical Ohio.
Is there a musical called Ohio?
Yeah.
No.
You didn't know that?
Wait, there's a musical.
I know about Oklahoma. I didn't know that there was an Ohio.
Look, wait,
Wait,
what?
did I
Wait,
Of Oklahoma.
Actually, yeah, she might have mixed the
Oh,
wait.
No, you know what I was thinking of? I was thinking of in the last 5 years. She sings about the summer in Ohio. And my brain thought
I
of
was
that
about
as
to say, I
Oklahoma.
have never once.
Wow,
heard a
I just
musical
like
called
just so
Ohio.
We're gonna write it down.
in my group of people. I'm so
It's
sorry.
going to be the new college world college, the Nightmare Before College.
I feel like I needed an
Ohio.
Ohio.
You know what? I mean, because I was thinking of the last 5 years when she sings the summer in Ohio.
Ohio.
I haven't listened to the last 5 years, maybe once. So.
Okay, well that's your fault.
Yeah,
Um,
that is.
That applies to a niche group of people. She sings the summer in Ohio, and that's why I got confused because I think she performs in Oklahoma in it or something like that.
That's so quirky.
Anyways, so I just got confused. It's fine. They start with O's. They're both scary. It's fine.
Ohio.
No, Oklahoma.
Ohio.
Oklahoma's passable.
Let's
mean, I
move
feel
on.
like
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
I feel like that's scarier to me. Anyway,
No,
You know what?
what's the
That's
worst?
right.
Wyoming.
It doesn't
No,
exist.
Wyoming is an abstract concept, and you cannot convince me otherwise.
Wyoming, they just put it on the map. Nobody lives there. It's just
Mate.
like a dead space.
I mean, I've always thought the Midwest in a whole was fake and all the people there are NPCs being paid by the government. Because, like, truthfully, what is there to do there? Like, there's nothing.
there is nothing left.
There's nothing there.
Wyoming is a government cover up.
It is. Like,
the NPCs. The NPCs are shaking right now.
NPCs. That's like a band
The
name.
NPCs.
The
For all the
NPCs.
NPC ladies out there.
I like it.
Oh my gosh, guys, guess what?
Chicken.
What?
It's 9 a.m.
Oh,
I'm
good
so
morning,
sad.
streaks.
When did that happen?
Morning streaks, emo.
The morning streaks. You were
Fire emoji.
you were listening to 90.3 WMSC Upper Montclair. And I guess we're done here with the morning buzz. Oh,
It is indeed over.
that's so sad. I get to stop talking now, though. I'm so happy. My throat hurts so bad.
Go have some rest,
I
Gabby.
Use your
can't rest.
breath.
I
drink
have
some
class.
tea with honey.
Well, just don't
If
say
you want.
anything.
Who tells me to? Everybody's been telling me to drink tea with honey.
Everyone-
Like I haven't been. Like I have to buy a new honey bottle for our apartment because I feel so bad. I've been using
Peppermint
it
tea with honey.
because I've been using it,
I do chamomile.
and I'm sorry. I know it's your honey. There's still honey left.
It's okay.
I'm gonna buy you honey. I promise.
Sounds sweet.
Oh, so cute.
Vanilla caramel.
Okay.
the other day.
Good morning streaks.
So we have to go.
Bye,
Goodbye.
guys. Shut up, Rick.
Goodbye.
Mucha gente del país tener un día de